More than 100 Americans left behind in Afghanistan, 13 soldiers killed in a bombing. The chaotic pullout of Afghanistan has turned into a major weapon for Republicans to use against the Biden administration as they roll toward the 2022 midterm elections. Team Trump has even started calling Joe Biden the surrenderer-in-chief.
Afghanistan cannot be used as a terrorist base.
That Afghanistan has become the Disneyland for terrorists.
We did not get everybody out.
Dozens and dozens of U.S. citizens went to the airport, and the gates never opened.
The mission hasn't failed yet.
If this isn't failure, what does failure look like?
Afghanistan now seems to be the reason that Republicans are now calling for impeachment.
We call upon, most somberly, the resignation of this President Joe Biden.
If we leave any Americans behind, if we leave thousands of those Afghans who fought along our side behind bravely, Joe Biden deserves to be impeached for a high crime and misdemeanor of dereliction of duty.
Republicans in Congress have to get on board with this process, build the case, start doing the work, and figure out how to get this done and impeach Joe Biden.
Now, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says that impeachment is not on the table, but he couldn't hide the fact that some Democrats are starting to get hot under the collar.
Well, look, the president is not going to be removed from office. It's a Democratic House, narrowly Democratic Senate. I have a feeling the American people didn't think they voted for this government.
It's grassroots pressure. We're feeling it. I think even some of the Democrats are feeling it.
This goes beyond Capitol Hill. Divisions have spread to ordinary citizens. Half of Americans, including 1/3 of Democrats, now say that Joe Biden should resign over the Afghanistan debacle. Though 47% say his replacement, Kamala Harris, wouldn't fare much better. One restaurant owner in Florida has actually gone as far as banning Biden supporters from her diner. She says the sign stays up in her window until every American is out of Afghanistan.
If you voted for and continue to support and stand behind the worthless, inept and corrupt administration currently inhabiting the White House that is complicit in the death of our servicemen and women in Afghanistan, please take your business elsewhere.
Yes, the U.S. public has long favored pulling out of Afghanistan, but the way Joe Biden did it blew up in his face. Now we've got Republicans saying that he abandoned Americans and made the country look weak, and that has intensified divisions in the country. Overall, the White House is in a pretty weak spot, with the country looking on in disapproval.
There just aren't people that are united over anything these days. They're divided over war. They're divided over response to the coronavirus. They're divided over the economy. The divisiveness in America causes people not to reflect on what really makes sense and instead to join in this blame game of right versus left, which doesn't lead to actual illumination of the issues and thoughtful responses.
The rift between the American people is just going to widen and widen and widen, and the possibility for civil dialogue between the two is going to become harder and harder. And that's why it's crucial for those of us who don't fall into either one of those camps to make a point of pointing out how all of these politicians are wrong and how this was never supposed to be about Republican versus Democrat. The reality is this is the American people versus a very small handful of incredibly powerful people that run Washington, D.C.